in 15 years,
The world will be on fire.
no, we're looking at like having biocellular technology.
Yep.
So, like, literally having cells. So, like, you would swallow a pill and it would dissolve into your system, and then there would be microscopic
Little robots.
cell phone robots in your
Yep.
blood that you control your cell phone with your mind, I guess.
Yeah, and that's scary as shit. People are afraid that they're already listening to us. You don't think they're going to be in on that? I wouldn't want to be an early adopter of that kind of technology, would you?
No. Not unless I understood how it worked.
Right? Or like this whole Neuralink thing where Elon Musk wants to go in and install wires in your brain? No thanks. Not interested.
Well, it's a precursor to the feed. Like essentially having live stream internet.
In your head. Yeah, no, I get that. I'm pretty sure we're becoming robots. It's only a matter of time before we just start becoming more and more machine. And at a certain point, we'll just be done. We'll just all be robots.
I always said I wouldn't mind like the whole.
Like, I feel like we're at a point, like, people are so into their technology already.
The whole Darth Vader thing, though, like, where essentially he had a head and his own lungs and heart, and then there was a machine that, like, breathed his, like, he didn't have muscles. Everything else was robotic. His arms, his legs.
Yeah.
That's why he, you know,
that's where we're headed.
like, was, like, they just extract your, you know, like, essential organs and then put it into a robotic body.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where we're headed in the next, like, 15 to 20 years. Right? People are just going to be like fucking cyborgs walking around. Right? Like, we may. I
think, though, that the prediction is that we're headed in more of a biotech direction where the technology is going to start to take on a more biological form. So, like, instead of having like little robots running around in our blood, we're going to have programmed blood cells that can receive wireless signals. And then they just group in your brain, and then the information gets directly transmitted into your cerebral.
Yeah, that's terrifying. I don't want anything transmitted right into my brain. I'm out. Fuck that. Let me go.
What if it was like me?
Alright, I think we can both agree you do not want to be inside of my brain.
Professor X style, just sending messages to your brain, though, like text messages.
Okay,
so,
but let's be honest though. If you're
I'm
doing
not
it,
saying,
you're
like,
probably doing it with your brain and not with technology.
I'm not saying like getting into your brain. I'm just saying like sending you a message, like you receive a like in the back of your head, and it's like, yo, guess what? I got time off in March, and I'm gonna come and visit you. Whoop, whoop.
See, again, I feel like if you're actually sending me that message, you figured out a way to tap into your brain power and make that happen. It's not because you've got wires in your brain giving you the ability to do that. Does that make sense?
If it's me we're talking about,
That's
then yes,
what I'm saying.
probably.
If it's somebody else, yeah, I don't think I want that message. That means they've probably got some kind of wonky surgery, and to be perfectly honest, I'll probably have to have had it too.
Now,
And unless
how
I
about
need
this
to
though,
have
Freddie?
brain surgery or head surgery,
How about this though?
count me out.
How about this? What if it was like like a like a like a piece of tech that you could like stick or like wear on the back of your neck or something, you know, like if it was like a necklace or something, well, like not really, but like, you know, something that you just like wore.
Like a pop socket on the back of my neck.
Well, like not necessarily like I was picturing something bigger, more like
Bigger than a pop socket? Like those phone things?
well, okay, like a pop socket you would like stick to the back of your head, but like no, I was picturing more like no, like something that you would wear like a pair of sunglasses kind of, but backwards. So like it would wrap around the back of your head and like go up over your ears and it would be making contact with like different parts of your head. You know, and then you could take it off at night.
Yeah, I mean, it's squirrely, man.
Put it on, take it off. Like if it didn't have to be surgically like embedded into your...
See, if it didn't have to be surgically embedded, I would be a lot more open to it. I just don't know that that's where we're headed.
No, that's not the direction that they're headed.
Right? Like, I feel like we're getting...
There will be, you know, there's going to be, like, when they start having intravenous technologies, microscopic, nanotech, and it becomes a regular thing with the public, that there are going to be pushbacks from purists and religious people that are like, and then there's going to even probably be like rise of a new like faction of religion that's like anti, you know, blood tech or whatever.
Well, like you said, there will be the purists who will end up going on a Nazi-like regime. Or Nazi-like terror, trying to eliminate the non-pure.
But then also, like, there will be tech companies that try to ride the fence. You know what I mean? Like, try to satisfy, and they're going to try and pull over some of those purists, you know, like, and be like, okay, look, like, we're not asking you to go and inject yourself with technology. You can take it off. Like, you don't have to piss it out, but, you know, like...
I just think once you start going down that road, it gets really squirrely really fast.
Oh, I mean, have you watched Altered Carbon?
I have not. I don't think.
It's based off of a graphic novel, I believe, but the whole premise is that they've mastered a technology. They found a material on another planet after having, you know, developed spaceships that can go far enough. They find this material on a colony planet, and this chick creates what she calls stacks, and it like holds your consciousness and your entire like consciousness, sense of self, personality, and all your memories get saved in essentially like one of your vertebrae. And if you die, they call it organic death. So your sleeve died, but you can be re-sleeved. You can be spun up in a new sleeve. So, but also if you want to travel, you can needle cast, which is like you beam your consciousness into an empty vessel on another planet. So instead of getting on a ship and having to travel across the stars, you just beam yourself into a clone body on another planet, have your vacation, and then beam yourself back into your real body on your planet, which would be totally cool.
I feel like we're headed in that direction. It's just a matter of time. Like, I think that's where we're going. And I'll tell you right now, I do not want to be an early adopter of that kind of technology. That in and of itself is scary.
Well, but I mean, you know, the VR, like, potential...
That's something I'm looking forward to. This whole virtual reality thing. Yeah, sign me up. I'll do that.
Have you tried, like, actual VR yet? Like, that they have, like the Oculus or whatever?
No, I'm waiting for it to get better.
Dude, don't. It's disgustingly like the one that Brazo bought for himself and brought home blew my fucking mind. When I held on to those wireless controllers and I looked down and I put the thing on and I look around and it's like everything goes white and I've got these floaty little cartoon hands and I look down, I can see my hands, but that's all I can see because like there's no body, but it can register my hands. It's got the wireless controllers and it can sense exactly where my hands are, whether they're open, closed, thumbs up, thumbs down, like I can give the middle finger, whatever, like it can sense all that shit. And then so I've got these floaty hands which are kind of freaking me out, and then shit starts to load like the Matrix. So it's like fucking flying out of white nothingness, shooting out of the horizon, coming up at you. So fucking cool. I'm in the fucking Matrix, dude. Oh my god, this shit is amazing. So like then you start playing like whatever, it's like just this intro thing that like it's like a boot up program before you end up in the main OS, and it's like basically introducing you to like, you know, looking around and moving and seeing, you know, so like there's this robot off in the distance that kind of like catches your attention, and then it kind of like lifts its arm and moves it a little, so you instinctively like wave back at it, and then he starts like coming towards you and he points at this like cassette, so you like pick it up and you're like, oh shit, I can move shit around, oh shit, and then you start playing with stuff, right? You start moving things around and you're like picking stuff up off the counter, you throw it at the robot, it bounces off the robot. And he's like, why are you throwing shit at me? It's like, but yeah, no, it was so awesome, man.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to wait until they can make that my day life, or my all day everyday life. When that happens, then sign me up. When I no longer have to leave my apartment to do anything, that's when I'll get on board.
Well, okay, so you're talking about having a surrogate.
Just put me right into the Matrix. Sign me up. Just put me right in.